Hello friends, today we're going to talk about the classic Sesame Street tune, I'd Like to Visit the Moon, of course sung by that great crooner, Ernie. And so this is a great tune to learn if you got grandkids, if you're playing in some gig and the kids come into the restaurant and sit there, a great tune. So let's take a look. And of course, it follows the traditional folk style descending bass, which is very important for a beginner guitarist to get under their fingers. And so what we've got here is basically two lines of 8 measures, a measure of 8 starting on a G chord descending, and then a measure of 8 starting on the C chord descending. So let's take a look. There are basically 3 verses to the tune, and then there's a little bridge section which harmonically repeats exactly what we've been playing in the second half of our verse. So really kind of an easy tune to put together. We're going to start off on G. And the song I think is originally in C, so if you wanted to put a capo up high you could, or if you want to just play it and sing it in G, it works fine for me. So we're going to start on the G chord, and we're going to go basically just the classic G chord, and then the D with the F sharp bass, okay, and then the E minor, or E minor 7. Now I like to play the E minor 7 on this song with just the 3rd and the 7th down below with the little pinky. So we've got this, we've got, well, I'd like to visit the moon, okay, and then finish it up with an A minor 7 on a rocket ship high, D7 in the air, and a little suspension with the 5th and the 3rd going up to the 6th and the 4th down to the 5th and the 3rd. Kind of a standard traditional Simon and Garfunkel sound, right? And of course many other folkies. So we've got this. We've got, well, I'd like to visit the moon on a rocket ship high in the air. And then we repeat exactly the same thing with the chords. Yes, I'd like to visit the moon, but I don't think I'd like to live there. Okay, so that gives you the first 8. Now the second 8, we're going to move to the C chord. And again, a very traditional descending bass folky pattern for the C chord. Though I'd like to, that's a C, and then we're going to go with a G with a B bass, okay? Oh, I'd like to look down at the earth, A minor, from above to the G, okay? Repeating. I would miss all the places and people I love, okay? Now we go back to the C, a little bit different. So although I might like, we're going to go right to the G, and then a B7 for one afternoon, and back to the E minor, or E minor like that if you wish, and then finish it off just like we did on the G, A minor 7, D7, G. Okay, so all together on that second 8 we're going to have, though I'd like to look down at the earth from above, and repeating, I would miss all the places and people I love. Okay, then we go back to the C. So although I might like, we're going to go right to the full G for one afternoon. I don't want to live on the moon. And that's the whole verse. So now the second verse repeats that exactly. The third verse repeats that exactly. The only thing that is a little different is the melody in the bridge, but we are going to use that same C pattern to do that melody on the bridge, and I'll show you that. Here it is. And so we're going to go like this. I'd like to visit the jungle, hear the lions roar. Notice it's the same as the second half of the verse, right? Go back in time to meet a dinosaur. There's so many strange places I'd like to be, but none of them permanently. Okay, so you can see how that follows the same harmonic pattern as the second half of the verse. Okay, so that's the whole tune. Now as far as finger picking goes, you can do a simple little 1, 2, 3 pattern. Okay, nice way to get your finger picking going from the beginning. Just a 1, 2, 3 pattern. Thumb 1, 2, 3, thumb 1, 2, 3, thumb 1, 2, 3. Then as you get going, what I like to do is add in a little bit of the Travis picking with the rotating bass. But again, as a beginner, you can just do a rolling like this, and that works perfectly fine. It's a very pensive tune, so to sing it slowly is very effective. So let's take a look at this. There's really so much you can do with this, and I think you're going to really enjoy playing it. The people that listen are going to love it. They're going to go back to their past. It's going to be a great, great opportunity for you to really touch an audience. So why don't we just go through the rest of the song. I'll do the second and third verse with the bridge, show you how it all fits together. So we're going to do, I'd like to travel under the sea. I could meet all the fish everywhere. Yes, I'd travel under the sea, but I don't think I'd like to live there. I might stay for a day if I had my wish, but there's not much to do when your friends are all fish, and an oyster and clam aren't a real family. So I don't want to live in the sea. I'd like to visit the jungle, hear the lions roar, go back in time and meet a dinosaur. There's so many strange places I'd like to be, but none of them permanently. So if I should visit the moon, well, I'll dance on a moonbeam, and then I will make a wish on a star, and I'll wish I was home once again. Though I'd like to look down on the earth from above, I would miss all the places and people I love. So although I must go, I'll be coming home soon, 'cause I don't want to live on the moon. No, I don't want to live on the moon. So I hope you enjoyed that, my friends. A quick little introduction into the Sesame Street Classic. And along the way, we learned a lot of the basics of folk tune melodies with the descending bass. So that should come in very handy when you play all your other tunes. I hope you enjoyed that. Please don't forget to subscribe, my friends, and add any comments or questions that you have. Suggest some other songs you might want to learn. We can take a look at them here in the studio. And again, keep on playing that guitar.